Hey everybody, what's up? This is Chosen.
And this is Butterfly. Chosen, take it away.
All right, thank you. It's good to be back. It's been a while. Bringing you something I'm excited for. What we're going to be doing is kind of a show match series, King of the Hill type thing, where we crown a champion on fastest map, and then kind of like similar to boxing and UFC, we have like the top contender, and we figure out who that is. Then we have them go against the current champion, and in a series, and then we'll go ahead and cast it and post it on YouTube. This is going to be the first segment of that type of thing. And what we've got here first is down in the middle playing the blue Zerg is SilenT.koN, and his opponent playing the orange Protoss in the bottom right is going to be Xtre.Puppy. Two really experienced players that have been in the fastest community for a very long time. I expect the games to be pretty good, but I would have to give koN the edge. He's been a beast in all the leagues for a couple years now, and he's in top form right now. One of the guys who kind of played consistently and never really quit, as far as I know. So he's not rusty, and he's ready to rock, and he's one of the top players. So yeah, who would you think is going to win Game 1? Butterfly?
Uh, Game one, I'll go ahead and take my buddy Puppy. Actually, Puppy. I've been hanging out with him and his crew a lot. Actually, as soon as we're right before the remaster came out, and they've been treating me really good. And he is definitely a sturdy player.
Yeah, I knew that koN would be the favorite in this series, but I know that Puppy is a player who's pretty fast, plays at about 180 APM when the game kind of settles in, and he knows all the races and all the builds extremely well, so I know he's somebody that can give koN a run for his money, but I would expect koN to win like 3-1 in best of 5, but...
Gotcha. The very important scout.
Yep.
He goes left first, so that also plays a little bit in Puppy's favor. But this game is obviously far from over. We have a 4-gate Protoss open after the expansion. I mean, sorry, the second Nexus. Oh, Joseph, can you describe about what we did different to this map?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. I think it's going to make for really fun games. What we're doing for the King of the Hill title match, show match things, we're actually limiting the minerals in the base. You see this here has 2,200 minerals left. They start with 2,500. So after about 15-20 minutes, these guys are going to have to expand. So the reason we're doing that is because if we're going to be casting games and posting them to YouTube, we can't be sitting here casting 2-hour-long games, and I don't think people want to watch games that are 2 hours long. So it's going to bring a whole new type of skill into the fast map community where, you know, 15-20 minutes into the game, you need to be finding a way to expand and kind of broaden your horizons. If you just sit in your base behind a choke, you're going to lose. So I'm excited to see how these top players kind of navigate that, because it's something we've never really done in the fastest community.
Do you like what Puppy did here with the expansion of the 4-gate? I mean,
I actually love the build. What my staple Protoss build is +1 into 5-gate. He went a little bit more tech heavy. He went for the sooner gas instead of the 5th gate, but I like to really pump out 5-gate zealots and put a lot of pressure on my opponent with the +1 Nexus. But I do love the opening. +1 has been a staple in the Protoss arsenal for a few years now. So he will have a better economy than the Zerg for a few minutes here, especially with the Zerg building about 6 or 7 sunken colonies. But a great scout coming in here from koN.
For sure. And he's going to get a little more comfortable, and he's probably going to be able to focus more on his drone count after he sees that second. He's like, oh, well, I guess I could probably go straight drones for a while. I mean, like he's going to anyways, but he could probably go a few extra more than he was planning to.
Yeah, koN sees the cybernetics core timing, he sees the 2 gases, he sees the 4 gates, he knows exactly what's coming. I expect him to add on a couple hatches.
Beautiful scout.
Yep, you know, doing a good job keeping this Ling alive.
He's keeping both those babies alive. That's one supply running around there getting all crazy like.
Yeah, and he sees that Puppy is still on Zealots, so no goons or anything means he's probably not going to have to worry about any sort of mass coming to his choke that he can't defend. The Sunkens are going to do fine against the Zealots. There's no way they're going to come through all this.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually still building some, but he probably knows better than I do. He's going right into 3 gas here. He didn't get it any sooner because he knew there was no need to.
Yeah,
He has no worry for anything at the moment.
the reason he's getting so many sunken colonies is because I make this mistake a lot as Zerg. I play too greedy. I actually lost a game last night because of it. I play too greedy, I don't get enough sunkens, and I get overrun on my choke. And then once your opponent takes your choke, you are basically done as Zerg. So it's an extremely high priority to make sure that choke does not get busted. So it's better to have too much than too little. And I think KON feels pretty confident with the way this game's gone right now. 5 minutes into the game, this is exactly where he wants to be. He hasn't lost any drones or anything. He has a nice choke up that he's not scared of losing, and he got a scout on the Protoss base. It is unfortunate that he's right next to the Protoss. Those drops are going to be coming super fast. You see the first shuttle is already done 5.5 minutes into the game. Storm is on the way. He won't be able to do a storm drop until about 8 minutes into the game, but that's a pretty typical timing for a Protoss for Zerg.
Puppy is he likes Reaver drops a little bit too.
Yeah, he is getting a Reaver, so
that's a little bit unorthodox in comparison to the normal attempt drop.
Yep, KON has basically perfect timing on the Hydroist end. You want it to finish at about 6 minutes because you know the first drop is going to come at about 7.5 minutes or so. So get that Hydra end done in about 6 minutes. Start pumping out at least one control group of Hydras. If you get like 12 Hydras, you can move around, target fire those shuttles, and hopefully you get the right one. He's already got the Sunks to help him deal with a Reaver drop. He's got this drone over here. He's already looking for preparing to get an expansion, so great job on KON there to stay ahead of the curve. We actually got an attack coming in. Puppy decides that's a bad idea, but he is going to burn a few Zealots. He's actually decided to commit to this. I think this is a bad mistake. He's going to waste all of these Zealots and not really kill anything except for maybe
yeah, for sure. Also, KON has beautiful Overlord placement on his right side of his base. Of course, oh, there he goes on the other side. So now he's kind of looking like, well, now I'll see it coming at least. Or most likely if I'm paying attention to my minimap. He's definitely going into Hydras. He's getting his movement speed and his attack distance. So he is going to be just fine for a possible drop. I would say it's about probably 40-60 towards Protoss landing a successful drop here. What do you think?
I think he's about 10%, but I guess we'll find out because he's got the Hydras ready to go, and he's going to be smart enough to target fire. Yep, you see him target firing the shuttles, and he got the right one. So.
Yeah, I would have dropped it right then and there. That Reaver could have just annihilated those Hydras right there, and then lift up and drop right away with the shuttle. That's a very costly mistake right there.
If you're wondering why the Corsairs, they're to distract fire, so that if your opponent just A moves, the Hydras will be sitting there shooting at the Corsairs, and the shuttles can get in safely. But a player of KON's level is smart enough to move past the Corsairs and target right onto the shuttles.
Yeah, but Puppy's doing good work of clearing these Overlords, though, for the vision part. He's definitely going to lose a Corsair here. Hopefully he can hold on to those two.
And one thing I do want to note about StarCraft Remastered, if you haven't really played around with it yet, I can actually zoom out like this. I can zoom out and zoom in, and so if you ever wonder why it looks different, if you haven't played Remastered yet, that is why. It's a pretty cool feature, being able to zoom out and zoom back in. I wish there was a button to snap back to the normal size, because I have to just kind of...
I'm sure there is, we just don't know it.
I just have to
I'm sure there has to be.
I think right now I'm on what it looks like normally, but...
and then you're really not, and then... it looks like he gets the right shuttle. Now he's just like, you know, I'm going to get something, baby. Oh, beautiful Scourge from KON. He's like, yeah, those guys weren't going to last too long.
Yeah, KON was already prepared, getting the drones on their way out. I think he can do that up here at the top left. See how this Zergling can see the gas geysers and the minerals? He can actually use that to click on the minerals and the gas up here to stack his workers out of trouble if he's going to get dropped. And he's already getting the expansion here 9 minutes into the game. Great job by KON. He's staying ahead of the curve. He knows in about 5 to 10 minutes he's going to be needing resources in another base, and he's staying ahead of Puppy in that regard, getting that expansion down. Yeah,
Puppy is doing one thing right for sure, building the robotics facilities in the middle of the map, and he'll start with his Reaver push. But he definitely has to strike the economy of KON.
Yep, to not hit the Zerg's economy at 10 minutes into the game makes it really tough, because that Greater Spire usually finishes about 10 minutes. And once the Protoss can get a bunch of Guardians around their main, you basically can't storm drop them. If they have enough sunken colonies and enough Guardians, you physically can't cast the storm faster than they die.
Man, look at KON's defense here. He's just a brick wall. The shuttle speed has not been researched yet, and that is also being upgraded right now, but it's just not finished yet.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake on Puppy's part. Actually, when I play 2 vs 2, I get shuttle speed before storm because, like, I want to land that first storm because it's such a momentum changer and it can basically end the game. And I want to give myself the highest probability of landing that first storm as possible. So instead of sending in a shuttle that's crawling along and gets killed, I just research that speed right away as soon as my robotics bay finishes. Looks like the Guardians are going to pop. KON adding on a bunch of gas. We've got the expansion coming down in the bottom left. I think that's the perfect spot for him to expand. Notice how it's further away from his opponent, and it's in a base that he can defend. So
yep.
You don't want to expand like top right or something. You want to expand somewhere where you can defend it, and it's further away from your opponent. But
yeah, he's definitely feeling pretty confident. Once those Guardians pop, there's something in your mind as sort of that's like, okay.
Yeah,
you just feel a little more confident. Yeah. Well, Puppy's getting on with the push here in the middle. His, if he can keep the Scarabs upgraded, he'll be... I mean, sorry, if he can keep pumping them out, he should be able to have a okay successful push, but not for long for Guardians are about to come up.
Yeah, KON has won this game if Puppy can't start storming his resources. You know, because eventually KON's going to be able to put Guardians here and just barrage on this walkway, the choke point of the Protoss,
yep.
And he'll never be able to get out. If Zerg has a perfect economy, they're probably the best race and fastest, honestly. The only reason Zerg feel like they're at a disadvantage is because they lose their economy.
Yeah, exactly. Or they're harder to defend with early game.
Yeah, and they're harder to be aggressive with early game.
Yes. Yeah.
But if Zerg makes it 10, 15 minutes into the game with their economy untouched, I honestly think they might be the best race and fastest, especially Brood War.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think we're going to get a lot of argument there. Plague and Swarm and all that, it's just too crazy. Devourers are so awesome. Like, Guardians are so strong. I do like Corsairs a lot. Because once you do get a good handful of those, they really do shred a lot of things. Here's another drop by Protoss. Hopefully Puppy is able to pull it off. Shuttle down.
Yeah, he knows that he has to get there, and he just can't do it. There's too many Hydras, too many Spores, there's too many Sunks, too many Guardians. KON, he knows what he's doing. Oh, he's actually sending drones. I think he was dodging the drop, or is he sending them over?
No.
Yeah, he's sending them back.
Yeah.
Now. This is going to be bad. He's going to have to walk through all these Reavers.
Oh, if the Reavers don't touch it, oh, they do. They have their fun of their own.
Oh, man. He lost about 28 drones there. He has 3,500 minerals. He's been saving up for something like that happening, so he's going to pump out 24 drones, 2 groups.
But still, that's 24... Oh, sorry.
No, that's cool. But he'll be fine, but that was the type of momentum swing that Puppy needed to bring this game back into a chance of him to win. That was a good swing there.
Yes, exactly. I agree with that. Puppy definitely needs to expand here pretty soon. He is below 50% on his mineral line.
Yep, he's the minerals start with 2,500, and he's down to about probably 1,000 or so. So
Puppy's going in for another drop. At least he gets the Zealots to finally land this time. That's the best he's really gotten.
Yeah.
And
like I said earlier, once you've got 12 Guardians and a bunch of Sunks, you know, there is like a small input lag in StarCraft. It's like a tenth of a second or 0.2 of a second or something. And during that small input lag, the Templars are just dead because they die instantly to all the damage coming in, and you like physically cannot storm them.
Great job by KON. Just for those lurkers. Those are helping so much.
Yeah, it's so tough to break a Zerg choke in Brood War with the lurkers and the Sunkens. He's doing the right. He's got the right idea with Reavers and Templars and Zealots.
Sorry. He just landed. He got 12 of his drones.
Yeah, good catch. I was I was looking at the army composition. It looks like he got 12 to 15 drones, but as you see there, the dodge coming out from Khan, he was prepared for that. He's already got the expansion down here at the bottom left, and he's starting the process of choking it.
Oh, and here's another drop. No, sorry, it was just a couple Corsairs. Now all of a sudden Puppy's like, oh man, I'm in a lot of trouble. Khan was able to push out of the mid, and he's gonna clear the Reaver defense. So really, his frontline protection's gone.
Yeah, once Puppy's gonna lose this middle, it looks like. I don't see an observer. Oh yeah, he's got a couple observers, but I don't know if he's got enough damage out here to clear that up.
No, he doesn't. The Guardians, that Hydra's about to finish off that lone Corsair. Corsairs work best as a few together, of course. You know, they have that splash damage, so.
Yeah, Khan is in a commanding spot here. Puppy doesn't have an expansion up yet. He's going to be completely mined out here in about 5 minutes, and he's not going to be able to really leave his base or take back control again. Upgrades, we've got 1-1 for the Zerg. We've got nothing for the Protoss, so every trade is going to be benefiting the Zerg, even if the army size is equal. So pretty rough spot here for Puppy. I would expect him to GG sometime in the next minute or two.
Yeah, if he can hold this choke, he might stay for a little while longer. I do like the usage of the Corsairs, though, from Puppy. That's also what sucks, though, about the Reaver tech in the middle of the map, is you want to get that push on, but if Zerg is able to push out from it, Reavers are really good here, but not when you don't have the tech to build them anymore.
Dark Templar doing work. This is a mistake by Khan. On Rubor, you got to make sure and always send a few Overlords with your army, because good Protoss players are always going to have just a couple annoying Dark Templars as part of their army composition.
Yep, for sure. All the time. And Khan is still not reacting to it.
Oh, we got a big, big drop. Tons of shuttles coming in. But Khan, smartly leaving a few units at home, ready to deal with that. Got about 10 spore colonies there.
I think Puppy was just trying to get rid of his supply. Oh, there's the game. GG.
Yep, GG.
Welcome to game 2 of Khan vs. Puppy. Chosen, take it away.
All right, up here in the top left position, playing the blue Protoss, we've got SilenT.koN, who is currently up 1-0 in this best of 5 series, and playing the purple Terran with the nice shiny StarCraft Remastered Command Center is gonna be Xtre.Puppy, who's currently down 0-1. Lost Protoss versus Zerg last game. So game 1 was interesting. Khan kind of gave a clinic on how to play Zerg. You know, you get your choke up, defend your choke, then you go into 6-minute Hydras to make sure you can defend drops, get drop defense, and slowly tech towards Hydra, Guardian, Mass, and overwhelm your opponent. It was a pretty textbook game, in my opinion. Looks like Puppy going to be going for a standard build here. I would assume he's going to go for 3 barracks, then another depot, then a gas, then an academy. It's kind of the standard opening for Terran, and it looks like Khan, I don't know if he's the type of guy to go straight. I would assume he's going to Nexus first because he didn't mid-build. Most Protoss players are going to send a probe to the middle of the map and start building gateways and put on pressure. And if they don't do that, they're usually going to go Nexus first, and that's exactly what he decides to do.
Yeah, he was definitely holding on to his mineral count. So from there, you'd only assume there's going to be the Nexus. Either that or he was AFK after building his pylon.
And Puppy is going to go for the 3 racks variation. There's a couple different variations of Terran openers. You can go for 2 racks for super fast fire bats, and you can go for stim and try to get a couple fire bats into the mineral line to kill a bunch of workers. But he's going to be going for the 3 racks. It's a little bit safer against if they rush you with cannons. You need that 3rd racks pumping out Marines so you can micro against the Zealots.
Pro Hardy really liked the 2 racks, didn't he?
Yeah, from what I remember, he kind of did both. It's been so long. It's been 4 or 5 years since I've seen Hardy play. But yeah, he definitely kind of mixed it up a little bit. But I do remember him doing the 2 racks every now and then for sure.
Yeah, I think that was more of his power play. I think he kind of liked that one a little bit more so than pure mass. But this is also Brood Wars, and the medics are so awesome.
Yeah, and I do want to point out, if you guys are watching this and you're kind of somebody who's trying to get better, notice how Khan doesn't send his probe all the way into the base. Look at that. Look how he scouted the top right. You get far enough in just to see if your opponent's there or not, and then because that'll help you scout twice as fast. I see so many people, they just are lazy and they send their probe all the way into the base. You don't need to actually see the minerals. Like, if you get far enough in with your probe to see that nothing's there, and you go to the next base, and that'll help you scout in like 1 minute instead of 2 minutes. You can go around the whole map way faster. Cause see, look,
Yeah,
he found that marine about 10 seconds faster than he would have if he was being lazy.
for sure.
It's just
And right now,
I see a lot of people make that mistake.
oh, I thought Khan was bringing those out to prevent the scout. I don't know if that was a misclick on him or not, but Puppy's going to be able to get a scout here if he wants. Nothing too unorthodox. I mean, the Cybernetics core is kind of about on time.
Yeah, it's a tad early. I wouldn't say it's like rushed. Usually it finishes at about 4 minutes, but his finished at about 3:35. So I think if I were Puppy, my spider senses would be tingling. If I saw the Cybernetics core finish at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, I would be like, okay, is this fast drops? Is it fast Reaver? Is it Dark Templar rush? Like, your opponent's definitely not massing. Like, if their Cybernetics core finishes 3.5 minutes, they're not going to mass you. So, Puppy doesn't have to build bunkers or anything. And yeah, look, see, this is... Okay, so Khan's going to be doing something crazy. He's going to be going for... I don't think it's going to be fast Reavers. I would expect him to proxy and build like a pylon somewhere. But I think it's going to be like Fast Storm or Dark Templar.
Yeah, we're going to definitely find out in just a few seconds because the Citadel of Adun is about to finish. Great time by Puppy pushing out here. He might be just 30 seconds too late because these two cannons are going to work out, and that gateway by Khan is beautiful, just magnificent.
Yeah, Khan playing extremely correctly. He knew he wouldn't. You notice his build. When you tech that fast, you're not going to have the mass that it's going to take to overrun your opponent. So he knows he's not going to be able to take on the Terran army in the middle of the map. So what he did was apply a little bit of pressure to kind of bluff Puppy into staying worried. And then when Puppy pushed back, he said, okay, fine. I'm just going to run back to my cannons, and Terran can't touch me through my cannons until they have siege tanks.
Yeah, that was his lifeline for sure. With him having those out, he knows, oh, okay, now they're coming. So I might need to make a certain kind of unit, or I might need to put up a few more cannons too. And he did go Templar tech.
Yep, Templar Archives finishes before 5.5 minutes. That's extremely fast. And yeah, look at this. Okay, so he's going to do a Dark Templar drop. You notice this build, you can fit 4 Dark Templar in a shuttle, and his build is going for 4 Dark Templars to all come out at the same time. And he's going to build a shuttle, and then he's going to send it down to the Terran base. He's going to drop Dark Templars. That's exactly what he's going to do.
And he has shuttle speed. He's researching.
Puppy is going to have a rough time. He does have 2 engineering bays, but the thing is when you see Protoss choking like this that early in the game, you have to know something's coming. Like, they're going to drop you, they're going to Reaver you, they're going to go Dark Templars. Like, when Protoss choke that early and it's a good player who knows what they're doing, like, something's coming.
Yep, and most of the time it's going to be tech. And as Terran, you're going to have to, build a couple command centers and get ready for the holdoff. And it's Brood War, so it's probably going to be Templar.
Yeah, I expect this to be instant GG. Like, I think as soon as Puppy sees Dark Templars, he's just going to leave. Yeah,
he doesn't have a single turret in his base yet, so this is going to be very harsh. He can separate them and attack from, literally 4 different fronts and pick off the Terran while he can go into a mass play. We're going to find out right now. He's going right for the command center. He's going to go right to the SCVs and start slicing dicing.
Yeah, that's curtains for Puppy, but he's going to be kicking himself.
Yeah, he is going to go in, it looks like, for a final push just because he knows that's his only option. I'll tell you what, when you're Terran and you hear that sound early in the game, you're just like, oh, man, why me?
Worst sound ever.
It is very harsh. There's literally only 1 SCV on the map, I believe, or 3 in his base.
Yeah, and it's too bad because had Puppy stopped that Dark Templar, like if he had turrets at home or something, honestly, I think he could have won this game. Like, he was in a decent spot. He had map control. Protoss wouldn't have been able to expand. He's got siege tanks, medics, marines, turrets. There's no way that Protoss would have been able to break him. He could have slowly suffocated him and pushed in, but he just
You are absolutely right.
He just didn't prepare for the Dark Templars, and it's going to cost him the game. Maybe he's going to try to send his units in and attack, but he'll just lose everything to Dark Templars. So, Puppy taps out and GG's. Alrighty, welcome to Game 3 of KON versus Puppy. We've currently got a 2-0 lead for SilenT.koN, and he's going to be playing the orange Terran down in the middle right position. His opponent is going to be playing the purple Terran, so we've got a TVT, and it is Xtre.Puppy in the top left position. I just want to cover a couple things that I've noticed from casting. This is our first cast in like 4 years, and I'm picking up on things. For some reason, it's not showing the chat between the players. So Puppy's not actually being like rude or BM or anything. He is typing GG, and there is a little bit of interaction between the players, but it's not showing the players' chat for some reason. So if somebody knows how to get that to show, go ahead and leave a comment or let me know. And yeah, also if you have any critiques or things we can do better to make the cast more enjoyable, feel free to let us know. Like I said, it's been years since we've done this, so I expect it to not be perfect, and I expect a couple mistakes along the way. So yeah, if you have any ideas of what would be cool, or even ideas for the show match and stuff, just go ahead and let us know. But yeah, what do you think of the series so far, Butterfly?
I think it's pretty good. I can definitely see some unresting come into play. Not like they've done bad. You just know they're going to be so much better in just a couple of weeks even. Just greasing those barons. This is definitely going to be a grunge match between T and T. So this is kind of cool. A lot of people don't even know how to play mirror matchup in fastest right now because it's such a rarity.
Yep, and we're actually seeing what I was talking about last game is both Terrans doing the exact same build. It's kind of the staple in fastest. It's the 3 racks, depot racks, or gas academy, and they're both going to be going for that. So basically, I think I read something about StarCraft Remastered is back in the day on the normal StarCraft client, if 2 people played a random, it was only like a 1 in 100 chance that you would get a mirror matchup. It was extremely rare. But in StarCraft Remastered, it's much more likely. So if you're both random, like there's a good chance you're going to get Zerg versus Zerg, Protoss versus Protoss, Terran versus Terran. Whereas in the old days, it basically never used to happen. So TVT is basically going to come down to who gets map control and bunkers the other one in and gets siege tanks. So when you see your opponent's Terran, you got to start massing Marines, and you got to get to the middle of the map and take map control, because if you don't, you're going to get blocked into your base, and you'll never be able to leave because they'll just put siege tanks on the corners, and you'll never be able to leave.
Drops are very popular, too, in T versus T. A mineral hunt. Rather than go and drop in fire bats, tanks. After map control is kind of settled. Like, if you're getting pinned in, it's more likely that they're going to try something fancy, because they know they can't just bully you, up front. They can't just push and shove.
Yeah, if you get pinned in, your only chance is to do something crazy. Like, get a bunch of drop ships and get a bunch of tanks and go drop their main or something. If you get locked in, that's going to be your one chance. But we got 37 supply for KON, 32 supply for Puppy. Okay, so Puppy is going to lose in the middle fight. He doesn't have as many Marines as KON does. So I don't see how Puppy's going to stop him from locking him in. And you see the SCV coming. That SCV is to build a bunker so that you can lock Puppy in his base. As we hear Jet's dog going crazy, getting excited about the game.
Yeah, my chihuahua says she can't wait to see the result this. Yeah, she's really excited.
Puppy actually lost the Marine out here, so this is kind of a blunder, but he couldn't really do anything about it. He was waiting for medics to push out, but he's gonna see that when he tries to push out, he's already blocked in his base, and there's basically nothing he can do to stop this at this point. So Puppy at this point needs to identify what's happening, needs to see that he's locked in, and formulate a plan to get around this choke, which is either going to be super fast tank drops or go like mass BCs with upgrades, like, because you can't just build Marines and tanks. Like, at this point in the game, if Puppy goes Marine tank, he's going to lose. you have to. He has to drop, go BC Wraith, like something crazy. If he just builds normal composition units, he's dead. So
BC Wraith wouldn't really work as much either now with this new map. In this scenario, I mean, he could build a command center, of course, float, but it'd be very hard to defend it. Both players researched Stim. Puppy was ahead on tank tech, but kind of fell behind on it after he didn't get his attachment as fast. Siege is being researched by both players.
Yep, and we see an engineering bay coming up here for KON. That's so he can have larger range for his siege tanks. If you don't know, siege tanks can actually shoot farther than they can see. I think they shoot a range of 13, and they can see a range of 9 or 10. So if you float a building in front of your siege tanks, they can actually have longer range.
Yeah, Puppy needs to make sure he doesn't get too close. Hopefully he can just get it on fire, and he's just going to leave it be. And no, just was not able to do it. And those little things matter in this game so much. Great job by KON here building the turrets. It's not really as much to stop the tank drop itself, the drop itself, but for vision purpose.
Yeah, this is the difference between somebody who's a top player and somebody who's a good player. KON has extreme game sense. He knows the only way he can lose this game is by him sneaking a dropship around and hitting his minerals. So he's going to go ahead and take the vision so he can see him coming, and he won't get caught off guard by that.
And KON had a chance to take away the first tank. He just missed it. He wasn't probably paying attention there. He's probably concentrating on macroing. He is going into building another command center now, and as Puppy is as well. But he was so close to getting the first tank versus battle, and Puppy's going to win that.
Yeah, Puppy's not dead in the water. He does have a chance. He's doing a good job staying broke. I think going for the second command center was a mistake. I think Puppy needed to go all in to break out at like 7 or 8 minutes into the game. I think playing for macro and getting this command center is a mistake. But we'll see how it plays out. He might have a trick up his sleeve to try and do something to outmass KON. I do think if he went all in for mass, he could have maybe broke that, especially winning that first tank battle, because he does have more tanks, and KON is far away for reinforcements, so it may have actually been possible to break that, but he didn't go all in to break it.
I like the expansion from Puppy there, honestly, and because he knows that tanks are going to be worth more, so he's just investing his money in a slower route. I feel like, because he's kind of waiting for his gas, and you can see he's trying to build up on that and taking more Vespin.
We see
he has 2 factory
to the bottom right. Sorry, I just wanted to point that out. He's looking to get an expansion already. KON doing a good job of staying on top of that. Shows that he's a very adaptable player. This is going to be these guys' first time playing a fastest game like this, where they have to actually worry about expanding, and KON doing a great job keeping that in mind.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. KON is on a very high level, obviously. He hasn't even played this map, has he? Before this series?
No, not before this series.
Yes, and that just shows you what kind of player he is, to identify that, like, oh, okay, well, it's about 7-something minutes in this game. I'm just going to go ahead and take care of myself now. I think Puppy definitely does need to establish some ground quick.
Puppy learning from game 2 with DTs. He gets that turret by his mineral line.
Oh, that is just mean because it's T versus T, Brad. Come on now.
Yeah, I know. But it's funny because you will see people do like cloak wraith rushes, and then just run in with like 4 or 5 wraiths, cloak them, and pick off a bunch of SCVs. So that is actually good that he gets that 1 turret there by his mineral line.
No, I also like the play for the wraith play, just to go and assassinate the few tanks. Because think about it, if the wraiths come in and pick off the few tanks, you can move in. If Puppy was able to push out right now, that would be huge.
Yeah, it's good to point out that this kind of is a hybrid between fastest and low money. And it comes down to who has better map control, map vision, and map presence. And KON is winning all three of those categories. He's got the better map vision, he's got the better map control, and he's got the better map presence. So, KON's showing that he could actually probably be a good low money player if he tried to go that route and practice it, because he's kind of playing that style. He always does something that helps him establish himself on the map and take an advantage over his opponent in the mid game.
Yeah, KON is very, very macro, but so efficient on the front end of his game. So really, he has a really incredible balance. And then brains come into the play as well. And then he is definitely a trifecta player.
Well, we've got the supplies at 128 for Puppy and 159 for KON, so a pretty good lead. The way for Puppy to win this game is going to be better army composition and better upgrades. Now, he does have a science vessel, and you can irradiate SCVs. So if he can figure out a way to get that science vessel close to these SCVs, KON actually has all of his SCVs on one side of his mineral patch. So a science vessel could devastate them if that gets in, and that would be Puppy's ticket to winning this game. If he can land something like that and kill like 25, 30 SCVs.
And he's moving his science vessel in right now, but KON's presence is too great. It'll escape with just a few hits left, or one hit left, but the Wraiths are going to say, girlfriend.
Oh, the Wraiths.
Oh, he just missed it! I mean, he has one at home. That's still crazy. He just missed it. Talk about bad timing.
Oh, and he was about to get that off.
That would have been awesome. And like you said, that would have been severe. Because literally Puppy at that point would have been able to almost sacrifice 3/4 of his army to gain ground.
Yep. Both players doing a good job of banking up enough gas to be able to transition into the late game. And I like what KON is doing. He like what I was talking about earlier in the game, he knows that he can't lose a battle of like normal units because he has so much map control. So he's just making sure that Puppy can't push out with like BCs or Wraiths or something. So KON's gonna make sure that he can win the air battle, which usually late game TVT comes down to who can win the skies. It does that low money too.
For sure. Right here is what KON's doing is sacrificing for unit space.
Yeah,
he
that
says,
might look like a big blunder, but it actually wasn't.
Yeah, he's saying, I don't want these Marines anymore. And I don't think Puppy's saying that just yet. Puppy wants to hold on to those, and they just got taken in.
Yeah, KON knows if he's going to be facing mass siege tank and mass battlecruiser, like, he doesn't really need the Marines, so you might as well just send them to their death. They only cost minerals, and he's already got an expansion. He's going to have plenty of minerals. He just wants more Wraiths and tanks. So many starports for KON.
Yeah, and KON has 4 armories, so he's like, you want to go ground? Let's go. You want to go air? Let's go.
KON doing a good job. Notice how he's putting units all around the map to see if Puppy's going to get an expansion.
Alright, here comes the close Wraiths. That one science vessel is not going to be enough, because it's going to come right in, and it's going to go right out.
Yeah, Puppy can't really send the science vessel out further than those turrets, or else it's just going to get picked off immediately. The Cloak Wraiths are going to just murder those BCs. Look at 3 of those BCs going down immediately.
Yeah, I think it takes 4 Wraiths to really just demolish a battlecruiser.
Yeah, this is so frustrating for Puppy to have this stuff going on.
And Puppy's broke. I mean, literally, he's been spending his money. It's not like he did anything really wrong. It's just that early map control.
Yeah, you know, once you let an opponent take map control over you in Terran vs. Terran, it's just such an uphill battle that Puppy hasn't even really done anything wrong. Like you said, he just was at an uphill battle this whole time, and I expect Puppy to GG anytime in the next minute or two, because he's in an extremely rough spot right now, and he's not able to expand or anything.
Yeah, these 1-1 Wraiths, and Khan's doing a great job just making sure he does not get a staple up, which is the turrets from Puppy. Oh, getting rid of the... That's just mean.
Yeah,
Khan, that was mean.
Targeting that means that he can't get... He's going to actually go for the main. Puppy doing a good job lifting off a command center to block it so that Khan, it's a lot tougher to click on it to snipe it. But Khan is actually doing damage even with the repair. It's going to be so close if that goes down. The command center is actually slowly losing hit points. It's so close and it goes down.
It goes, yeah, adios, muchachos. Oh, those SCVs have to go long distance. Thank God it's not a phone call.
Well, that was so close. The Wraiths went down like immediately after that command center died, and you know, it's funny because on this type of okay, well, anyway, there's the GG that we can't see, but Puppy did GG. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. SilenT.koN is the current title holder for fastest map, and we're gonna start working on finding the top contender to give him a run for his money. Thanks for watching. I'm Chosen.
And this is Butterfly. You guys enjoy your night.
Yep, take it easy. Bye.